Yeah.
Good find. Last week, Sam Morris, you may recall that we had a really good chat develop, people firing off their memories of Midnight Oil shows of years gone by, the announcement that Midnight Oil were touring again, and 1981 was a particular point of interest, it seems. So too, other bands of the era got discussed in the same breath, The Divine or Spy vs. Psy, My Sex, these kinds of things, The Angels, and also Rose Tattoo. Now, the reason this is topical is because Geordie Leach was bass player for Rose Tattoo. He lives here on the Gold Coast and he's got his own band, the Geordie Leach Band. He's teamed up with a ridiculously gifted vocalist named Andrea Szabo and a roster of pretty impressive guest musicians, Kevin Borich, who people may know from blues circles around the place, guitar virtuoso, really. They've got an album called All Stitched Up, and it's a really interesting little mix of bluesy sort of grooves, a bit jazzy here and there. I even hear bits of Allman Brothers and Little Feat and that kind of thing too.
Sounds amazing.
It's kind of intriguing, but just, people don't just stop playing music when they're Rose Tattoo.
No, they go from playing in Rose Tattoo to playing jazz.
Here's a little bit of Broken Man Blues off the album. Just have a listen. Geordie Leach Band. So just a little taste of a real mixed bag of tunage on this album, All Stitched Up. Former bass player of Rose Tattoo, the Geordie Leach Band, his current musical guy. Andrea Szabo, beautiful voice. It's something else. It really is quite special. So, yeah, seek them out. They've got quite a presence online. You can find it easily.
I actually did a little bit of research again, Matt.
Ah, good.
to find out whether Geordie had any jazz kind of background or interest in jazz prior to hooking up with Andrea, who he met because he mastered one of her albums in his home studio. But so what I found out via Trevor Jackson is that
he knows stuff about stuff.
Yeah, he knows stuff about stuff. Geordie bought his first bass guitar when he was 15 and took some lessons, and that teacher was an upright bass player, which led him down a certain path. And he says even though he ended up playing heavy rock, he was influenced by jazz, and he used to listen to artists like Herbie Hancock, Jazz Crusaders, and then he kind of had this natural progression through to soul and then funk and then blues and then rock, which led to heavy rock. So I think what we know here is jazz is the gateway genre.
Yes. It sort of normally goes the other way though, which is kind of interesting.
Well, he's come full circle,
He's gone full circle. Geordie Leach, interesting story, and still getting it done here on the Gold Coast as well. All Stitched Up, the name of that album. We have another tune here.
Beautiful are no longer fine. I watch the darkness creeping over time. Keeping it together is such a grind. Stitchings too loose going out of my mind.